Test 1, test 2. I can't take you with me to 40. Welcome back to another episode of I Can't Take You With Me to 40. Being available to everyone. I can't take with me to 40 being available to everyone. I'm already trying to find the balance for myself between doing the things I have to do because we live in a capitalistic society and doing the things I want to do for myself because I like them, because I enjoy them, because they bring me happiness, because they bring me joy. So while doing that, you expect me to make sure that you have 24/7 access to me, that you are constantly going to be able to pick up a phone or knock on my door or message me on a comms channel and say, Brittany, I need this. Brittany, give me this. Or why aren't you paying attention to me? Why aren't you giving me this? And I feel like for a lot of us, that shows up beyond just the why aren't you giving this to me? It shows up in other ways like you are supposed to clock in at this exact time. And because you didn't clock in, I don't feel like you're making yourself available for this role. Or I am feeling insecure about myself, so I'm going to make you feel insecure about yourself because nobody else is around me right now that I have immediate access to, but you're here always, so I feel good just dumping on you. How the fuck would you grow if you're available to everyone all the time? And not just in a sense of I'm available here to be a support for those who need it, but aren't finding a healthy balance within their own selves to know that you're a human being too, and you're going to need your time to rest and rejuvenate and have your peace with always being on for them. It also leans into the I feel you should be available to me all the time because I want to use you. I want to abuse you. Give me, feed me, entertain me at your own expense. I can't do that for people. I'm so thankful that I've been neurodivergent my whole life because I naturally don't want to be available to everyone. And maybe that seems strange considering that I'm here doing You Don't Look 40 and talking about the things I can't take with me to 40. But this is one thing. This isn't everything of mine. I still have shit that is just for me. And how can you as a person, how can I as a person have things that are just for me if I'm constantly available to everyone? I think there are certain areas of life where you should be consistently available to certain people. That's when you're a parent to your children, when you're in a healthy, loving, safe relationship with a partner, a lover, a spouse, when you have really good dynamics in your family and you want to be there for your relatives, for your siblings, for your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, your parents. Those are natural areas of life where, I naturally want to consistently be available to you. Even in those healthier dynamics of those three, you also still should be able to say, I need a balance too. I gotta have time to go do something I'm interested in, time to have away from all of this, time to nurture myself. And that's what I can't give away, neurodivergent or not. I can't give away the time and energy I want to use towards nurturing myself, caring for myself, loving myself. And I think for me, in fact, I know for me, as a Black woman who's neurodivergent, about to be 40, fat, and let's throw chronically ill in there, I gotta use my little pot of me for me, where there's pot of me left over. Because those 6 things are beat and bop, beat, bop, boom every day. Not because I'm beating myself up about them, but because the world uses them as a reason to beat up on me. For those who are constantly expecting you to be available to them, there has to be something that clicks in them as humans too, to say, it is unreasonable for me to expect this person to give me their everything all the time whenever I come calling or ring a little bell. It is unreasonable to expect that from them, because how else are they going to have enough self to keep being this person that you supposedly care so much about, that you supposedly love so much, that you supposedly respect so much, that you supposedly value so much? When I think about the people in my life that I value, living and deceased, I think about how we pour into each other. And if I see that I'm pouring in more to them than they ever pour into me, that is a completely imbalanced relationship, and I am being taken advantage of. I have to say to myself, for all that you keep pouring into this relationship or pouring into for this other person or persons, what is that keeping you from doing for yourself? What is that keeping you from growing and learning for yourself? What is that keeping you from unlearning as well for yourself? That's number one. And then two, when you wake up and you're 50 years old, bitch, is the shit that you overextended and made yourself completely available for going to be a memory of something that added to your life or detracted from it? And I get it. A lot of people don't want to think about these things in this way because, well, everyone's a gift. Everything's a gift. Not everything is a damn gift. Everything can be a fucking lesson, but I don't believe that every single thing is a gift. Some shit you were just supposed to learn and leave that shit there. And I'm leaving behind being available for everyone. I'm not supposed to be liked by everyone. I'm not supposed to be friends with everyone. Hell, I'm not supposed to be invited into every fucking group and space that exists. There are 8+ billion people on this planet. It is unreasonable to say every single one has got to have access to me, or vice versa. Quite honestly, if you're the person who's demanding that type of experience from someone, I question how empty you feel inside, how secure you feel with yourself, how much you are learning to love yourself, learning to love your experiences, doing things that you're trying for the first time, or unlearning, or applying, or experiencing in your day-to-day journey called life, versus expecting somebody else who's already gone through the work or done the work or is doing the work to give you their portion. It does harken back to that airplane thing, like, put your mask on first. I'm not trying to be the superhero in everyone's story. I'm not trying to be the superwoman in everyone's story. I'm not even trying to be the martyr in anybody's fucking story. I can still show up and be a kind, good, direct, open-minded, vulnerable, flawed human being without having to be available for everybody. And it's manipulative for those of you out there who do this to people to tell them that they must not care about you enough or love you enough or care about this situation or their job or their status in your community or group or circle if they're not giving their every last drop of self to you and them. Someone I really respect, like, very much so, and I learn a lot from over the years to help me continue on this journey, not just to 40, but on this journey called life. This person that I respect, she has a channel here. Her name's Blue Centric. I'm going to drop this below. She said this thing once and it's stuck with me forever, and it's probably going to in 40 and beyond, that if I have to set myself on fire in order for you to feel warm, that's not reasonable. That's not a healthy relationship. That's not positive. So I have to burn up by flame for you to be happy, for you to feel content, for you to feel safe, for you to feel warm, for you to feel loved, for you to feel like I'm serious about you or this job or this community or this group or this opportunity. I can't do that, because if I set myself on fire, I might die. And if I don't die, I might be grossly and deeply disfigured and harmed and scarred for life. I can't do that for any of you. I can't do that for anyone. And like I said earlier, if I had children, if I had a healthy, loving, growing romantic relationship, partnership, marriage, if I had a family dynamic that was mindful and healthy and not harmful and uplifting and motivating, these positive things, and yeah, there can be conflict that you grow from and learn from. It doesn't have to derail the healthy status and growth of your relationship, right? If I had any of those three, then sure, I would have to make those choices when they come to me of how am I going to make myself fully available to my children? How am I going to make myself fully available to this loving, caring, healthy partnership that I have? How am I going to make myself fully available to these family members and family dynamics I have that are actually good for all of us involved? That's where I feel like I can make those type of choices. But for you, everyday Joe Schmo, at the bank, at the grocery, living next door, or you're the one who's the deciding factor at this time between me getting a yes or no on something I want, I got to give my all to you. I got to give everything I am to you. I got to be overly available for you in order for me to have it. Then it's not meant for me to have it. There's nothing on this planet that should require so much of me outside of those three things I just detailed, y'all, that I have to completely empty myself, set myself on fire for it to have it. I just can't do that with y'all. And I know there's plenty of learning and growing to be done in your 20s. Hell, maybe a little bit in your 30s. But girl, me doing that in my 40s, I can't. Hell no. If I haven't learned this lesson going into 40, shit, I would never learn it. Because as many folks are showing us, look in your own freaking immediate circles of relationships. Many people show you that at their big ass ages, they are refusing to learn to do better and be better. So maybe in some cases you truly can't teach an old dog new tricks. However, for this one, I can't be available for y'all. I gotta have something for myself. I gotta have enough self for self to keep wanting to go on this journey called life. And I can't do that if I stop and gave every ounce of myself when anyone snapped their fucking fingers. I can't take with me to 40 being available for everyone. This has been another episode of I Can't Take You With Me to 40. I hope that you'll keep coming back and maybe we'll both keep seeing what it's like deciding the things that we cannot take forward with us. Me to 40, you on whatever life journey you're on. Until next time, bye!